Hello and welcome. Today we are going to start building our game for the Summer Fiesta Game Jam. This game jam has the theme of heat and we are building kind of a different game. We are not going for summer vibes, we are going for a winter vibe, but we are going to have the heat gameplay as the core of our game. Let me show you how it's playing right now. I added a couple of things and I'll show you what I've done and how I've done it. So we are going to spawn here. Of course, there are going to be some dialogues. I'll present the story to the player on this area, our introduction. And the main mechanic is already observable. So if we get out of the bonfire, of the range of the bonfire, we start taking damage since it's so cold. And when we get back in, close to our hit source, our life goes back up. So that's the core mechanic, that's the heat aspect of the theme of the jam. And we're going to have these bonfires around the map. I planned on making a small open world map. It's not going to be overwhelming, but I plan to make it fun to explore. So we just have a little bit of our environments done already. It's going to be basically like this all around with these assets that I got from the template, and the main code is already written, so I'm going to show it all to you right now. So this template right here is the template. Let me find it right here so I can show you. This is the one, Snow Forest Park, and I used it and deleted everything that was there. And you can actually come here to the assets and you filter to find the assets that were on that template. So I took the rocks and everything because I really like the aesthetic. The only thing that I changed was the trees. These trees I found on the asset store right here. Just search for a snow tree and it's the first ones you find. I thought that they looked very cool. And we have VFX right here for snow. Let me open one of them. We have the FX snow right here that was on the template as well. We have snowstorm that you can get from the asset store as well, and those will basically make the ambience, make it look like it's very cold out. And that's basically it. I made the bonfire with the fire effect, and there is a sound effect on the bonfire as well, a 3D sound effect on the fire actually, and it's all very simple. The main thing that you want to do for the mechanic, for the damage mechanic, is to add a node graph. Here I add on the ground, so you can add it to any object that you won't delete from the scene, so I called it safe, and let's see what it does right here. So this is our safe node graph. You will see that this node graph is basically copied, and I had to make it double so it works with the other bonfire as well. So it seems like I'll have to do this on all of the bonfires that I eventually add to the scene. I don't really know why, and there's probably a better way to do this, a more efficient way, but I'm still looking for it. I don't know if I'll find it, but if I need to, I'll just copy this whole thing and just point to the next bonfire. It's okay. I don't think it will make anything worse in this game. So let's start by looking at what we're doing with this node graph. We're taking the bonfire, the first one, and we're pointing to its trigger box that is basically the same size as you can see the light around it, so it's easy for the player to understand what's going on. And if it is a player character getting in, we set the safe variable right here to 1. And while this variable is at 1, we have a very small delay, so this happens like 5 times every second, and we apply negative damage to the player. And this damage is done by the respawn points, which is actually any object. You can do this on the scene as long as this object doesn't get killed or removed eventually. And a negative damage means heal, right? So this heals when we get in the bonfire area. And right below we point to the same objects, and when on trigger exit we set this variable to safe to 0, sorry, and then while this is at 0 it's the same thing, but now we actually do damage every 5 times every second. And down here it's the same thing, but we are pointing to the other bonfire. It does the same thing, and if you do this it will work. Both of the bonfires will now affect the same variable. The other ways that I was trying to do this, the bonfires were not changing the same variable. They were each having their own variable, so that was causing problems. Now you can get in here, it will stop damaging you, it will heal you normally, and if you get out and go back to the other one, it will stop, it will cease damaging you as well and just heal you normally. So this is working perfectly. And so that's the base mechanic. This is the base, the map layout, and some of the objects that we have here. And I'll work some more on this, and I'll probably get the map done before then. I'll start adding some quests and some other gameplay twists on this game, and I'll come back for a second video when I set those up.